Welcome back. You're watching Bottomline Africa. Now, cancer contributed one of the greatest disease burdens in our generation, mainly linked to lifestyles. There are more than 100 types of the disease, aggravated by an abnormal growth of cells. A visiting Indian orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Bharat Patel, has made some very interesting discoveries. Dr. Patel is a senior orthopedic surgeon of India, and having completed 37 years of his practice at some Hospital, had come across so many cancer cases. He went deep into the causes for sudden increase in childhood cancer, and surprisingly, he came to know that this is because of overuse of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Here's in studio, Dr. Patel. Many thanks for making time and welcome to Kenya.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Now, let's start with something a little bit more recent, even before we find out your findings in regards to organic solutions to cancer management. You've just had a public lecture at the University of Nairobi. How was it? Perhaps tell us what the tenets of your lecture were.
The lecture was excellent, and I would congratulate the Dean, Director, CEO, Chairman of the university. The attendance was absolutely top grade attendance of lot many scientists, professors and students. And they appreciated the whole talk of the organic mission Kenya and childhood cancer. This is what is the mission I have been conducting, or rather propagating, all over India and part of the world. That's the reason I am in Kenya, and it was excellent time to deliver lecture on Organic Mission Kenya and childhood cancer.
All right, before we get to know about Organic Mission Kenya, the link between, organic farming and cancer. You have practiced medicine for over 37 years as an orthopedic surgeon. So right now, the shift towards organic farming and it contributing towards getting rid of cancer, well, what exactly is the link?
Yes, it's a very good question, and the thing is, in my practice, I used to see a lot of young female and male suffering from cancer. And I can give you one incident where one girl of 22 came to me for backache, neck pain, leg pain, not feeling well. I could see that after examination, she was having bilateral cancer of the breast. And like this, I used to see a lot of young people suffering from cancer of the esophagus for backache. See, you will be surprised to know that why all these patients, they come to an orthopedic surgeon. But they come to me for neck pain, back pain, a lot of spinal problem. So I started asking them the questions, how come this young girl has cancer of the breast? Mm-hmm. And all the time, most of the people were giving the answer that this is a lifestyle disease. Mm-hmm. I was not much convinced that this is only because of the lifestyle disease. I started inquiring that why this is happening, and I went into the depth of their habit of eating. And I found that they were fond of a lot of vegetables all the time. They used to maintain their figure and weight, and so they used to eat vegetables and fruits. Mm-hmm. And to my utter surprise, that most of the vegetables are every day the farmer, they spray pesticides, insecticides, growth hormone and fungicides. And this is the main cause that they were eating. They were not eating the vegetables and fruits, but they were eating the pesticides, fungicides and all other poison in their body, and that's the cause of the disease, and that is the cancer, the dreaded disease in the society.
So what solutions are we talking about? Is it as simple as ensuring that the food we're eating in terms of fruits and vegetables are organic, which go a long way in preventing cases of cancer?
I see a very simple solution, and that you, me, the media, doctors, society, government, all the machinery, cooperatives, they have to drive the mission that no pesticides, no insecticides, no fungicides, and a little bit of the chemical fertilizer which is useful for the soil and for the crops. So my particular vision is that if we go for the organic pesticides, organic fungicides, organic farming, I think that is the best solution all over the world and the globe, where I as a doctor am afraid that in 10 years or coming 20 years we will see increase of the cancer patients by 30%, nothing less than that. And that will amount to, we will need in the society quantum of the cancer surgeon and plenty of chemotherapy, which will affect the country economy, global economy, and lot of issues will come if we see the young children suffering from cancer, youth suffering from cancer.
All right. Now, of course, you're coming from a place where what you're saying is actually proven. Now, I just want you to, perhaps give us a couple of cases, because you've done this in India, as you've mentioned, and now you're coming across to Kenya and spreading, the impact of organic solutions. Just give us a couple of confirmed cases where organic solutions have actually helped in terms of cancer management.
See, I have seen this is, we have started a mission, so this is the beginning.
Yes.
And not only me, but all over the world now, most of the people or farmer, they have to start the mission that will not use, or rather use little of the chemical fertilizer and no pesticides. And coming years, we'll be able to compare that now the incidence is increasing or decreasing. Mm-hmm. If it is confirmed that now the incidence is decreasing, then I can definitely say that this is only and only because of the chemical fertilizer, pesticides, and insecticides. Now it is proved that this is a poison, mm-hmm. and I think it will definitely give a bigger impact on the cancer patients, and the incidence of the cancer patients would decrease.
All right. Now, something to note is that, cancer right now is very rife, not just in Kenya, but in various countries across the world. And even as we look at, preventable actions, it seems right now we as a country, we're at a quagmire. Why do I say this? India is highly regarded in terms of medical tourism. Most cancer patients, or some cancer patients in Kenya, actually prefer going to India, seeking, proper medical attention. Now, in terms of the milestones the country has made in combating cancer and other diseases, it's quite recommendable. But how do we approach it from a point of a developing country, trying to get to a certain place where, cancer patients and various patients suffering from various ailments can actually get proper treatment, not just in India, but various countries? What exactly do you think is the missing link as you speak?
Very good question. And I started floating up a concept, and a concept which most of the doctors would not like this concept, and the concept is reverse medical tourism.
All right.
Where not the patients they visit from Kenya or African countries to India, mm-hmm. or any other country. Mm-hmm. Because it's so expensive. Traveling, time, staying there, a lot of follow-ups are needed. So what my concept is, because now I feel the Kenya has good infrastructure in the form of hospital, roads, buildings, everything is excellent.
Yes.
So if the infrastructure is good in the form of the hospitals, I visited to the hospital which is government hospital, I would appreciate the cleanliness, excellent management, and I am very happy about their cleanliness. So if the infrastructure is good, then why can't you bring a lot of doctors from many countries here, train the doctors, operate the patient, reduce the cost of the expenditure, and I think that is the reverse medical tourism, and one should appreciate bringing good doctors here, operate the patients with the excellent infrastructure, and that can help the country like anything.
All right. You just mentioned that the journey is just getting started in terms of organic solutions to cancer management. But I am very curious, why Kenya right now at this particular point?
Excellent question, and I am very happy that you know why I'm in Kenya. 20 25% of the GDP of the Kenya is from the farming. And that's the reason I am focusing 25% GDP of the Kenya from farming is a very big amount.
Yes.
If you compare the India, it is 2 to 3% GDP of the India in farming.
Farming, yes.
So that's the main reason that 25% is a big sum, and we can have a big impact by educating the farmers, cooperatives, and a lot of other societies for making them comfortable by advising them organic farming for the better quality of the crops, low cost crops, and we can reduce the expenditure of farming too, and the profit can be increased like anything.
All right, now let's look into the future right now. Fast forward to a couple of years, maybe this has taken root in Kenya and the impact is probably being felt. But on the other side, we have pharmaceuticals who might not really be interested in the message you're passing in terms of sales of pesticides, and herbicides, which are used to, treat plants.
Let us be very clear on this concept of the MNCs making huge profit from pesticides and insecticides. I am not worried as a doctor or as a human being. I am worried about the people, people of the globe. And let us create a concept that we should not bother about MNCs, what they will do for the country, but we should teach them, or we should even guide them, that they should not produce the poison and give it to the farmers, so that the whole world, the whole environment, milk, water, cereal, vegetables, fruits, everything becomes poison.
All right, now childhood cancer, as we conclude, how exactly can it be combated from agricultural perspective?
Okay, the reason being that now the farming which was there before 25 years was a natural farming in so many countries, and it was dependent on the manure, total manure, green waste, vegetable waste. Farmers used to produce fertilizer from the vegetable waste, from the green leafy vegetable waste, farm waste, and dung. Now, because this thing is gradually disappearing, so less and less the organic manure, organic waste is being used for the fertilizer, and now the younger people are affected, and that's the reason now the children, they are much more affected than anybody else.
All right, now in order to make this successful, the government of Kenya definitely has to come on board. But it begs the question, how exactly can the government, be of help towards making farming in Kenya, which contributes to the GDP quite substantially, as you said, exclusively bio-organic? Because that's the message I'm getting from you.
It's a very important question, and I would answer in a very different way, that the government is very positive everywhere. If you educate the farmer and if you convince them that this particular farming, organic farming, is going to give good quality of vegetables, quantum of vegetables, and the expenditure for organic farming will be less and less, and you will earn more, then I am confident that any government of the world will fall into a particular trap of the organic farming and organic farming.
All right, many thanks, Dr. Bharat Patel, obviously visiting orthopedic surgeon, senior orthopedic surgeon right from India. Very interesting discoveries right there. We're definitely keen to note what organic solutions actually have to cancer management, and that particular point on, reverse medical tourism.
To add for a line,
yes,
that it's not only the cancer, but a lot of other diseases like diabetes, Parkinsonism, early skin problem, early aging problem.
It's all connected to food.
All the issues are because of the chemical fertilizer, pesticides. Thank you very much for inviting me.
No problem,
Thank
sir.
you. I just enjoyed.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you,
Patel.
sir. Thank you.
Okay, all right, let's continue with the broadcast right now. Pianist Ray Lemmer and